Hello guys, we're gonna review how to make percentages into decimals real quick. I know sometimes we forget when we don't do things often, but I think this is an important skill to review. So let's look at 25%. This is a percentage and we need to make it into a decimal. So some strategies that I've heard students know of is like they do 25% and then they divide it by 100. When you divide by 100, that gives you 0.25. So that's the first strategy, dividing by 100 to convert it into a decimal. The second strategy, which is a strategy I prefer because I think it's quick, is if I'm going to make it into a decimal, I'm going to move the decimal 2 places to the left, which is exactly the same thing as dividing by 100. So here's my decimal right there after the 25. And I'm going to move it 2 places to the left. I'm going to move it uno, dos. Oops, sorry, I speak Spanish. So this is going to be 0.25, like that. So that's how you make a percentage into a decimal. Just a quick review. Let's go ahead and practice number 2. Go ahead and try to make 45% into a decimal. Again, I'm going to go with my second strategy over here, the moving the decimal 2 places to the left because I think that's easier for me. So my decimal would be right there. I got 1, 2. So now my decimal is right there. So that's going to give me 0.45, like that. Now let's look at number 3 because in the problems we're going to be working with, we're going to have percentages such as number 1, 2, but also 3, 4, and 5. So for number 3, we got a decimal right after the 113. Right there, and it's a percentage. And again, my strategy, just to be simple, keep it quick, is move the decimal 2 places to the left. 1, 2. Notice that the decimal now is in between the first one and the second one. So that's going to be 1.13. Again, it's important that we are able to write these percentages as a decimal without messing up. Let's go ahead and look at number 4. We got 5%, so I got 5%. And again, this one's another tricky one that even my upperclassmen get confused with, and it's very easy to. You can divide it by 100, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to say uno, dos. Notice that I have that blank space right there. What goes there? Well, since there's nothing there, we're going to put a 0. So 5% as a decimal is 0.05. Again, make sure that you're not making any mistakes on that. Let's go ahead and do number 5. We got 6%. And here's my decimal. And we're going to move it 1, 2. Again, we have that blank space. So 6% as a decimal is 0.06. Okay, go ahead and try number 6. Pause the video, try number 6. Okay. So we got 105%. Again, my strategy is to move the decimal 1, 2. So my 105% as decimal is 1.05. And trust me, that decimal is going to make a huge difference in the future when we work with exponential problems. And then one last thing I wanted to do. We wanted to also kind of practice how would you calculate discounts, right? I think this is a life skill that you should know by now, but if you don't, that's fine. That's why we're reviewing. But this is going to kind of come into play later on. So how would you calculate a 20% discount on a $25 shirt? So think about this right now. If the shirt is originally $25, right? And it's 20% discount. The 20% means it's gonna go down 20%. Some of us do this a different way, but I'm gonna show you a shortcut real quick. The shirt is $25, which is 100% of the cost. But now you're not gonna pay 100% of the cost. You're gonna pay 20% less. So that means that we're gonna pay only 80% of the shirt. So really, how much are you paying of the 25? You're paying 80%. we can't do 25 times 80, because let me show you. If I do 25 times 80, 25 times 80, notice that it tells me the shirt's going to be $2,000. The shirt is obviously not going to be $2,000. Therefore, we have to make this into a decimal. So that's going to be 0.80. So now if I do 25 times 0.8, because it's only 0.8 of the shirt. Again, I don't need that 0 at the end. Now let me multiply that. 25 times 0.8. How much am I going to pay for the shirt? I'm going to pay $20. Right there. And notice that the concept of 100%, I was at 100% and it went down 20%. So let's look at the next one. How would you calculate a discount of 40% on a game that's $145? So go ahead and try that one. Pause the video. Once you pause it, then continue the video so you can see how we do it. So let's do it. We have a $145 game, right? That's if you pay 100% of the price. But we're not paying 100% of the price because we're getting a 40% discount. So that means that it's going to go down 40%. How much are we actually paying of it? 60%. We're only going to pay 60% of that. So let me calculate it over here. So we're going to take the 145 and we're going to multiply it by not 60%, because that 60 is going to make it really big. We got to make it into a decimal. 0.60. 0.60. Again, the 0 before it. After it, you don't really got to write it. So let's calculate how much that is. So we're going to have 145 times 0.6. So 87. So how much is the game? $87 with a 40% discount, which is not bad. Alright guys, so again, this is reviewing percentages and decimals. If you have questions, let me know. Schedule a Google Meet with me. I would love to teach you guys. And hopefully you like the video. Have a great day.